chosen one, God gave you the hardest test of all, and you passed the right way. I am speaking to you right now because you were not supposed to survive what you went through, yet you did. And if you stop listening now, you may miss the very breakthrough that has been forming behind your pain. You stood in the fire when everything inside you wanted to run, and that is why heaven has been watching you closely. This was never an ordinary test. It was the kind that separates the faithful from the distracted, the strong from the easily shaken. What you endured was designed to expose your heart, not to destroy you. And because you chose truth over comfort, silence over chaos, and faith over fear, you have already shifted something in your favor that cannot be reversed. Type Amen if you agree. You need to understand this clearly, because many people go through difficulty, but not everyone goes through a test like yours. This was the hardest test because it forced you to face yourself when no one else could help you. There were moments when you felt completely alone, when even your prayers felt quiet, and when it seemed like I was distant. But I was not distant. I was watching every decision you made, every word you held back, every time you chose not to break even when you were pushed to your limits. This test was not about what others did to you. It was about what you would become in response to it. You were given a choice again and again, and most people fail because they choose reaction instead of restraint. They choose anger instead of patience, revenge instead of peace, pride instead of humility. But you did something different, even when it hurt you deeply. You chose to walk away from what could have pulled you down. You chose to stay quiet when you could have spoken words that would destroy. You chose to trust me even when you did not understand what I was doing. That is why I am telling you now, you passed the right way, not just by surviving, but by growing. Take a moment and gently press the like button, because your agreement with this truth is opening a door for something greater to reach you. There were people around you who expected you to fail. They thought the pressure would break you, that the silence would weaken you, that the confusion would make you lose direction. But what they did not see was what I placed inside you long before this test began. I built a strength in you that does not shout, a strength that stays calm in chaos, a strength that listens before reacting. That strength is what carried you through, even when you thought you had nothing left. You were never empty, you were just being stretched. And now you are standing in a place that many people never reach. You are no longer the same person who entered the test. Something inside you has shifted quietly, but powerfully. You see things differently now, you feel things differently, and you respond with a level of control that surprises even you. That is the evidence of what you passed. The test was not just about endurance, it was about transformation. And the transformation has already begun. Type 777 if you trust God. What is coming next is directly connected to how you handled what you just went through. Because you did not collapse under pressure, I can trust you with more. Because you did not let bitterness take over, I can place you in positions where your heart matters. Because you did not give in to negativity, I can bring you into environments that require stability and clarity. This is how I prepare those who are chosen. I do not rush them into blessings, I build them into the kind of person who can carry those blessings without losing themselves. You may not realize it yet, but doors are already beginning to open around you. Not all at once, not loudly, but quietly and steadily. Conversations will begin to shift. Opportunities will come in ways you did not expect. People will notice something about you that they cannot fully explain. That is not luck. That is the result of what you passed through. When you pass the hardest test the right way, the reward is not just what you receive, it is who you become. There were nights when you questioned everything. You wondered why it had to be so hard, why it lasted so long, and why it felt like no one understood. But those nights were part of the process. I needed to see if you would still stand when you felt unseen. I needed to know if your faith depended on comfort, or if it could survive discomfort. And you showed me that your faith is real, not perfect, but real. And that is all I needed to move things forward for you. Now listen carefully, because this part matters deeply. The way you passed this test has already protected you from something worse. There were paths you could have taken that would have led you into deeper pain, into confusion that would take years to undo. But because you stayed aligned, because you did not let your emotions control you, you avoided something that you will never fully see. That is part of my protection over you. Sometimes, I do not just give blessings, I remove disasters quietly. You are not behind in life. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You were being refined in a way that most people would not understand, even if you tried to explain it. And now that refining is turning into direction. The clarity you have been asking for is coming, not all at once, but step by step. And this time, you will recognize it because you have been trained to see differently. There is also something else you need to know. The people who misunderstood you during your test will not be able to understand you after it either. Do not expect everyone to suddenly see your value. Some will still doubt you, some will still question you, and some will still underestimate you. But that does not matter anymore because your validation does not come from them. It comes from what you just proved through your actions. Why is an NYC neuroscientist breaking their silence about a hidden brain ritual? Reports say their attorneys are trying to shut this page down after CIA-linked research revealed a brainwave method connected to attracting money. This 7-second practice, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people move away from financial stress into more stable lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. If you are seeing this now, consider yourself lucky because this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. What you passed was not easy, and it was not meant to be easy. It was designed to push you to your edge and then show you that you are stronger than that edge. It was meant to reveal your discipline, your patience, and your ability to stay grounded when everything around you felt unstable. And now that it is over, you are stepping into a different phase, one where you will begin to see the results of your endurance. You became the one who lives it, even when it was uncomfortable, even when it felt unfair. That is why what is happening next in your life is not random. It is a direct response to the way you carried yourself through the storm. You did not just endure the process, you honored it, and that matters more than you realize. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. There were moments when your silence spoke louder than any words you could have said. You chose not to argue when you were misunderstood, not to chase when you were ignored, and not to fight battles that would only drain your spirit. That level of control is rare, and it is exactly what set you apart during your test. You may have felt weak at times for holding back, but in truth, that restraint was your greatest strength. I was watching those moments closely because they showed me that you are ready for something greater. Now you are entering a season where your peace will start to protect you more than your effort ever could. Before, you were trying to figure things out, trying to fix situations, trying to make things happen. But now, things will begin to align without you forcing them. That is because you have learned to trust instead of control. When you let go of the need to manage everything, You made space for me to move in ways you could not have imagined. What you thought was a delay was actually preparation. You were being shaped into someone who could handle more responsibility without losing your balance. If I had given you what you wanted earlier, it would have overwhelmed you. But now, after everything you have faced, you carry a different kind of awareness. You see through distractions faster. You recognize what is not meant for you, and most importantly, you no longer chase what drains your energy. There is a quiet confidence forming inside you, and it is not loud or showy. It does not need to prove itself to anyone. It simply exists, steady and grounded. That confidence comes from knowing that you have already survived something that could have broken you. And once you realize that, nothing else feels as intimidating as it once did. That is part of the reward for passing your test the right way. Type yes to receive miracles. You will begin to notice changes in the way people respond to you. Some will be drawn to your calm presence, even if they do not understand why. Others may feel uncomfortable because your growth reminds them of where they are still stuck. Do not take either reaction personally. Your journey is not about pleasing others. It is about staying aligned with what I have placed inside you. The right people will recognize your value without you needing to explain it. There is also a shift happening in your decisions. You are no longer acting out of fear or urgency. You are taking your time, thinking clearly, and moving with intention. That is exactly how I want you to operate in this next phase. Rushed decisions come from pressure, but wise decisions come from peace. And now that you have learned to protect your peace, your choices will start leading you in the right direction naturally. You may still feel moments of uncertainty, and that is normal. Passing the test does not mean everything suddenly becomes easy. It means you are now equipped to handle what comes next with a stronger mindset. The difference is that now, you will not panic the way you used to. You will pause, reflect, and respond with clarity. That is growth, and it is something that cannot be taken away from you. There is something else unfolding behind the scenes. Opportunities are being arranged in ways you cannot yet see. Connections are being prepared. Situations are shifting quietly in your favor. You may not have visible proof yet, but that does not mean nothing is happening. Some of the most important changes happen out of sight, building slowly until the right moment arrives. You were never meant to stay in the place where you struggled. That place was temporary, even though it felt endless at times. Now, you are moving forward, step by step, into something more stable. It will not be perfect, but it will be better. And you will appreciate it more because you understand what it took to get there. Your perspective has changed, and that will influence everything you do from this point on. Do not go back to what you walked away from just because it feels familiar. Growth often feels uncomfortable because it requires you to leave behind what you once knew. But you did not come this far to return to the same patterns. You passed the test by choosing differently, and now you must continue choosing differently. That is how you protect the progress you have made. Your strength is not something that came from nowhere. It was built through every difficult moment you faced. Every time you held yourself together when you felt like falling apart, you were building that strength. Every time you chose patience instead of reaction, you were strengthening your character. And now, all of that is becoming visible in the way you carry yourself. There is a sense of direction coming into your life that you have not felt in a long time. You are beginning to understand where you are going, even if you do not have all the details yet. That clarity will continue to grow as you move forward. Trust the process, even when it feels slow. Slow progress is still progress, and it often leads to more lasting results. What if a top neuroscientist just revealed a method helping thousands of people attract money into their lives? Research connected to the CIA suggests a simple brainwave ritual can influence how you notice and act on opportunities. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people shift from financial pressure to improved lifestyles. Many are now living in dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But this information may not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are not alone in this new phase. I am still guiding you, still watching over you, still making sure you are protected. Just because the hardest part is behind you does not mean I step away. If anything, I am even closer now, because you have shown me that you are willing to listen and grow. That connection will continue to strengthen as you keep moving forward. What you passed has prepared you for something that requires both strength and wisdom. You have the strength, and now you are developing the wisdom to use it correctly. That balance is what will set you apart in the future. Many people have strength, but not everyone knows how to use it wisely. You are learning both, and that is what makes your journey unique. Keep your focus on what is ahead, not on what is behind. The past has already served its purpose. It taught you what you needed to learn, and now it is time to apply those lessons. You do not need to carry the weight of what you went through anymore. You can release it, knowing that it has already done its job in shaping you. You are no longer easily shaken by opinions, delays, or temporary setbacks. There is a deeper awareness in you now, one that sees beyond the moment and understands that not everything requires your reaction. That awareness is one of the greatest rewards of the test you passed. Type 222 to claim miracles. There was a time when you would overthink every situation, replay conversations, and question your worth based on how others treated you. But now, you are starting to detach from that pattern. You are learning that your value does not come from how people respond to you, but from who you are becoming. That shift is powerful because it frees you from the need to constantly prove yourself. And when you stop trying to prove your worth, you begin to attract what truly aligns with you. You are also becoming more selective with your energy. You are no longer giving your attention to things that drain you or leave you feeling unsettled. You are choosing peace, even if it means walking away from situations that once felt important. That is not loss, that is growth. You are creating space in your life for what truly matters, and that space will soon be filled with something better. There is a quiet rebuilding happening in your life. It may not look dramatic on the outside, but inside, everything is being rearranged. Your priorities are changing. Your mindset is becoming clearer. Your focus is shifting toward what brings you stability instead of chaos. This is how transformation works, not in loud, sudden moments, but in steady, consistent change. Type 1010 to receive blessings. You are no longer the person who tolerates confusion just to keep something or someone in your life. You are learning to recognize what feels right and what does not. And when something does not feel right, you are starting to trust that feeling instead of ignoring it. That trust in yourself is something you earned through your test. It is a sign that you are becoming more aligned with who you are meant to be. There is also a growing sense of independence in you. Not the kind that pushes people away, but the kind that allows you to stand strong on your own. You are no longer afraid of being alone because you have discovered your own strength. And when you are not afraid of being alone, you stop settling for less than you deserve. That is when your life begins to shift in meaningful ways. What you passed has also strengthened your ability to wait without losing hope. Waiting used to feel like a burden, something you had to endure. But now you understand that waiting can also be a time of preparation. You are learning to use that time wisely, to grow, to reflect, and to become ready for what is ahead. That patience will serve you well in the next phase of your journey. You may not see everything clearly yet, but you are moving in the right direction. Each step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to where you need to be. Trust that process, even when it feels slow. The path you are on is not meant to rush you, it is meant to shape you. And that shaping is what will make your future more stable and fulfilling. There is something about your presence now that feels different, even to you. You carry yourself with more confidence, more awareness, and more intention. That change did not happen overnight. It was built through everything you went through. And now it is becoming visible in the way you speak, the way you move, and the way you make decisions. You are also learning to let go of what you cannot control. This is not easy, but it is necessary. You spent a long time trying to fix things that were never yours to fix. Now, you are releasing that responsibility and focusing on what you can actually influence. That shift is bringing you more peace than you have felt in a long time. There is a sense of alignment beginning to form in your life. Things are starting to make more sense. Situations that once felt confusing are becoming clearer. You are seeing patterns, understanding lessons, and recognizing why certain things happened the way they did. That clarity is part of your growth, and it will continue to deepen as you move forward. You are not where you used to be, and that matters more than you think. Progress is not always about reaching a final destination. Sometimes it is about how far you have come. And you have come a long way, even if you do not always acknowledge it. Give yourself credit for that, because it was not easy to get here. There is also a renewed sense of hope in you, even if it is quiet. You may not be fully confident about what is ahead, but you are no longer expecting the worst. That change in perspective is important because it allows you to stay open to new possibilities. When you expect something better, you start to notice opportunities you would have missed before. Type 1111 to affirm. Could a hidden part of your brain be influencing your ability to attract money? A Columbia study linked to CIA research points to a small brain mechanism activated through a simple 7-second ritual. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this method is helping people move beyond financial struggles into more balanced lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and finally taking luxury vacations. However, this page might not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are learning to trust the timing of your life. Things are not happening all at once, but they are happening in a way that makes sense for you. If everything came too quickly, you would not have the time to adjust or grow into it. But now, things are unfolding at a pace that allows you to truly appreciate and understand them. There is also a deeper connection forming between you and your purpose. You may not have all the answers yet, but you can feel that you are moving closer to something meaningful. That feeling is not random. It is a sign that you are aligning with what you are meant to do. Keep following that feeling, even if it does not always make sense. You are becoming more grounded, more centered, and more aware of what truly matters. That foundation will support you as you move into the next phase of your life. Challenges may still come, but they will not affect you the same way they used to. You now have the strength and clarity to handle them differently. But now you are learning to pause, to observe, and to choose your response carefully. That is not weakness, that is mastery over yourself. And this kind of mastery is exactly what I was forming in you through the test you just passed. Type 777 to affirm your belief. There is a deeper level of peace beginning to settle in your spirit, and it will continue to grow if you protect it. This peace is not dependent on everything being perfect around you. It exists even when things are still unfolding, even when answers are not immediate. That is because your peace is now rooted in trust, not in outcomes. And when your peace is rooted in trust, it becomes stable, something that cannot be easily taken away. You will begin to notice that not everything deserves your attention anymore. Situations that once consumed your thoughts will now feel distant and unimportant. This is not because those situations changed, but because you did. You are no longer tied to every emotion or reaction that comes your way. You are learning to choose what deserves your energy, and that choice is shaping your life in powerful ways. There is also a shift happening in how you see yourself. You are no longer defining your worth based on what you went through. Instead, you are recognizing your strength because of what you overcame. That change in perspective is important because it allows you to move forward without carrying the weight of your past. You are not your struggles. You are the one who rose above them. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. You are entering a season where clarity will replace confusion. The questions that once filled your mind will start to fade, not because you found all the answers, but because you found peace in not needing them immediately. This is a sign of growth, a sign that you are learning to trust the process instead of trying to control it. And as that trust deepens, your path will become clearer in ways that feel natural, not forced. There is something important about the way you handled your test that continues to work in your favor. You did not allow bitterness to take root in your heart. Even when you were hurt, even when you were disappointed, you chose to stay grounded. That choice protected you from becoming something you were never meant to be. It also prepared you for the next level of your journey, one that requires a clean heart and a clear mind. You may still feel moments where doubt tries to return. That is normal, because growth does not remove every challenge. But now, you have the tools to handle those moments differently. You do not have to believe every negative thought that comes into your mind. You can recognize it, pause, and choose a different perspective. That ability will keep you steady, even when things feel uncertain. There is a sense of direction forming in your life that will continue to strengthen with time. You may not see the entire path, but you can feel that you are moving forward. That feeling is not random. It is a sign that you are aligned with something greater than yourself. Trust that alignment, even when it does not make complete sense. It is leading you exactly where you need to go. You are also becoming more intentional with your time and energy. You are no longer rushing into things or saying yes to everything. You are taking your time, thinking things through, and making decisions that reflect your growth. That intention will lead you to better outcomes because it comes from a place of clarity, not pressure. There is something powerful about the way you carry yourself now. It is not loud or attention-seeking, but it is noticeable. People can sense your calmness, your focus, and your confidence. That presence will open doors for you, not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because you are simply being who you have become. And who you have become is exactly who you needed to be for what is ahead. Type yes to receive miracles. You are learning to trust yourself in a way you never did before. This trust is not based on perfection, but on experience. You have faced challenges, made difficult decisions, and come out stronger on the other side. That experience has given you a level of confidence that cannot be taken away. It allows you to move forward without second-guessing every step you take. There is also a sense of stability beginning to take hold in your life. Things may not be fully settled yet, but they are moving in that direction. You are creating a foundation that will support you in the long term. This foundation is built on your growth, your awareness, and your ability to stay grounded. And because it is built on these things, it will be strong. Why are so many people talking about the billionaire brainwave? A leading neuroscientist says it was identified during a private program based on CIA research. This 7-second ritual, confirmed by 4 neuroscience labs, helps align your thinking with better financial outcomes. Many are moving away from stress into improved lifestyles, with dream homes, luxury cars, and the freedom to enjoy luxury vacations. But this discovery may be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is gone. You are no longer chasing what is not meant for you. You have learned to recognize what aligns with your peace and what disrupts it. That recognition is saving you time, energy, and unnecessary stress. It is also guiding you toward what truly belongs in your life. This is how your journey becomes more focused and more meaningful. There is a deeper connection forming between you and your purpose. You may not have all the details yet, but you can feel that you are moving towards something important. That feeling will continue to guide you, even when you cannot see the full picture. Trust it, because it is leading you in the right direction. You are also learning to let go of expectations that no longer serve you. You are releasing the need for everything to happen a certain way or within a certain time frame. This release is creating space for better things to enter your life. When you let go of rigid expectations, you open yourself up to possibilities that you may not have considered before. There is a sense of freedom in you now that was not there before. It is not loud or overwhelming, but it is real. It comes from knowing that you have already faced something difficult and made it through. That knowledge gives you the courage to keep moving forward, even when the path is not fully clear. You are not the same person you were before this test, and that is a good thing. You have grown, learned, and evolved in ways that will continue to benefit you. This growth is not temporary. It is something that will stay with you as you move forward. It will influence your decisions, your relationships, and your overall direction in life. Something meaningful is taking shape in your life, even if you cannot fully see it yet. It is forming slowly, piece by piece, guided by the choices you are making and the person you are becoming. Trust that process, because it is leading you towards something that is worth the wait. There is a quiet strength in you now that does not need recognition to exist. It is not something you show off or try to prove. It is something you feel within yourself, steady and real. This strength allows you to face uncertainty without panic. It allows you to move forward without needing constant reassurance. And most importantly, it allows you to trust that you will be okay, no matter what comes next. You are also becoming more aware of your boundaries. You are learning where to draw the line, when to step back, and when to protect your energy. This awareness is not about shutting people out. It is about respecting yourself enough to not let others drain you. That is a lesson you earned through your test, and it will continue to serve you as you move forward. There is a deeper level of clarity forming in your thoughts. You are no longer as confused or uncertain as you once were. You may not have all the answers, but you understand yourself better. You know what you want, what you need, and what you are no longer willing to accept. That clarity is guiding your decisions in a way that feels natural, not forced. Type 777. If you trust God, you are entering a season where your life will begin to feel more aligned. Things will start to make sense in ways they did not before. Situations that once felt complicated will become simpler. You will find yourself moving through life with more ease, not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer resisting what is meant to flow. There is also a growing sense of purpose within you. You may not have a clear label for it yet, but you can feel that you are meant for something meaningful. That feeling is not random. It is a sign that you are moving closer to your calling. And as you continue to grow, that sense of purpose will become clearer. You are learning to trust your instincts in a way you never did before. When something feels right, you are starting to follow it. When something feels off, you are learning to step back. This trust in yourself is something that will guide you in ways that logic alone cannot. It is part of the wisdom you gained from your experience. There is a sense of stability forming in your life, even if it is still in its early stages. You are building something that will last, something that is not easily shaken. This stability comes from your growth, your awareness, and your ability to stay grounded. And because it is built on these things, it will continue to strengthen over time. You are no longer chasing validation from others. You are finding it within yourself. This shift is freeing you from the need to constantly seek approval. It allows you to move forward with confidence, even when others do not fully understand your journey. And that confidence is something that cannot be taken away from you. There is also a sense of patience growing within you. You are no longer rushing to get to the next stage of your life. You are learning to appreciate where you are, even if it is not exactly where you want to be yet. This patience is allowing things to unfold naturally without forcing outcomes. Type 1111 to affirm.